I am your man, Jay Muscle, here for another session of Speak Yo Game. And I'm here dressed as a Buccaneer, baby. Yeah, we got the win this week. Yeah, of course I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about another game that happened earlier in that week. And I also have Muscle's Week 1 Monsters. Yes, that's Week 1 Muscles Monsters. That's the top 5 players that I picked that showed up and showed out for Week 1. And if you don't like it, you know what I say. Come find me. Facebook, X, YouTube, anywhere that you see my face or my logo, we can do that. You can talk that. We can debate that. But don't be mad if you get roasted. But like I said, I'm Jay Muscle and this is Speak Your Game. First thing I want to talk about is, no, I don't want to talk about, I just want to say is, Week 1, I want to say all teams, but maybe 2 looked sloppy. And you know what I'm saying, as NFL fans, we expect that. We don't expect a lot of teams A game, Week 1. Chemistry has to happen. Players need to vibe. Understand that. So, even the most executioner team had problems. Unnecessary penalties. Missed passes. Misreads. And, like I said, it's expected of Week 1. All I'm saying is, y'all better clean it up. Because before we know it, it's going to be Week 6. And some of these teams are going to be behind the 8 ball if they don't clean it up. Carolina Panthers, for one. I mean, whew. New Orleans Saints just put a whooping on y'all. And for those who wondering what I got to say about the Jets, let the score talk for itself. But that's going to be a topic for another day. But for right now, I'm going to talk about the Ravens and the Chiefs. Yes, that game. I love games like that. Down to the wire. But like I said, the Chiefs and the Ravens both look sloppy. Real sloppy. There was a lot of unnecessary penalties. There were some missed passes. But, I mean, there's one thing that I was like, this didn't happen. And that was the option between Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. They didn't show that running back duo that I expected for Week 1, but it is Week 1. I'm still going to say that they're going to be one of the most deadly running back duos in the NFL, but they didn't show it against the Chiefs. Like, Derrick Henry only ended up with like 13 carries for 46 yards. I mean, I was expecting more of a run game. I don't want to say it's the same old Ravens, but I expected Lamar Jackson to throw the ball more and run less because he has Derrick Henry now. You have Justice Hill. You have good 2 running backs to where, you know what I mean? He ain't got to put his body up like that, but when you in the gist of the game and everything, it could be different. I just expected the Ravens to utilize Derrick Henry a little bit more. They was playing the Kansas City Chiefs, 2-time Super Bowl champs, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, unless you've been living in a cave and haven't watched football in the past 3-4 seasons, we already know what the Chiefs are and what they're about. Patrick Mahomes, 20 for 28 in attempts, 291 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And he knew he wasn't supposed to throw that interception. And Rice, he playing he playing like he ain't gonna drop nothing this year. 7 catches, 103 yards. Like I said, it was still a sloppy game, but the Chiefs do what they do. You know what I'm saying? And really, to tell you the truth, they need to tighten up on that defense, because when it came down to the wire, if that tight end Likely was a 12 and a half instead of a 13, we'd be talking a little bit different right now in wins and losses. And Likely said something in his press conference after the game that kind of made me be like, what? And what he said was, this will be the worst. I don't get me wrong on the quote, but it's sort of like the words of, this will be the worst game we'll play all year. Okay, that's cool, but you think the Chiefs are going to get worse? Like, when y'all meet if y'all happen to meet up again, which a lot of experts are predicting that they're going to meet up again in the playoffs, you don't think the Chiefs are going to be better than what you've seen in week 1? I'm just saying. It kind of goes both ways. Like, and if you did not have a chance this week to see Xavier Woods, I'm telling you, this man is fast. Fast. That's a capital T. Fast. He had 1 carry for 21 yards, and it was a TD. And I swear to you, that 21 yards was the quickest 21 ran yards that I've ever seen. It was like 4.2 seconds that he got into the end zone. It was... Defenders barely had time to turn their head because he was already going by and like, oh, he had 2 catches, 47 yards, and a TD. Like, he is on the right team. He is on the right team. He is going to shine very, very brightly. Shout out to Xavier Worthy, man. Xavier Worthy, you are a beast out here. And just stay healthy, brother. That's all I say. Just stay healthy. And you will amaze all fans, not just Chiefs fans, all fans for the season. Because you know Patrick's going to get it to you. Now, the next subject I want to talk about, well, of course, is them Buccaneers. Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Washington Commanders. Yeah, I hear the haters. It was just the Washington Commanders. They had a rookie quarterback. But hey, it's NFL week 1. We got to play. And like I said, not everybody played a clean game. But the Buccaneers played a clean game enough. Baker Mayfield holding it down for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, 80% incompletions, 24 for 30, 289 yards, 4 touchdowns, something he's only done maybe 4 other times in his career. There's one thing that I was talking about on Sunday. You think the Cleveland Browns are regretting letting Baker Mayfield go? Like, I mean, they let him go. They've been having problems with Deshaun Watson ever since. You think it's kind of like football karma? Like, Baker Mayfield, they let Baker Mayfield go. He went to the Carolina Panthers for a minute. Then he went to the Los Angeles Rams, which he balled out there. And then he fell in, and then he wound up in Tampa Bay as a Buccaneer. He has developed throughout this whole entire time. He hasn't stopped learning, as most pros do. But Cleveland Brown fans, do y'all think that the Cleveland organization is probably looking at themselves like, damn, maybe we shouldn't have let Baker go. I'm just saying, like, yes, it's just one game, week one, but you can see the confidence there. You can see that chip that he had on his shoulder when he first got into the league. He's confident. It looked like the game is slowing down for him a little bit. Like, I really want to know y'all's opinion, Cleveland Brown fans. Like, do you think the Cleveland Brown organization is looking at themselves like, I think we made a bad move by letting Baker Mayfield go? I want to hear y'all's response on that. But back to the Commanders. One thing the Buccaneers need to tighten up on is their defense. And as you so have it, they have some injuries to the defense. Logan Hall, not him. Logan Hall was out for the season opener, the defensive lineman. They had Bryce Hall suffered a very, very severe ankle injury. He's out. So the defense has taken a couple hits. Cansey was questionable. Yaya DeBobby was questionable. It's just when they play these Lions next Sunday, the defense has to buckle down because the Lions don't quit at all. But with that Commanders game, y'all better keep an eye on Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin is going to be one of those players to show out for Tampa Bay. And they're going to look at each other like, man, we should have did this sooner. Sunday he had 8 catches for 83 yards and 1 touchdown. But he was he's almost everywhere for the offense. Almost everywhere. White, 15 carries, 31 touchdowns. Bucky Irving, the rookie, 9 carries, 62 yards. I do believe I said that wrong. White had 15 carries, 31 yards. And Bucky Irving, 9 carries, 62 yards. There was no rushing touchdowns for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that's one of the things that they were working on being better there, because the past 2 seasons, they have been near last or last. And if you a Tampa Bay Buccaneer like me, come from work done, Mike Allstat, we gotta get our run game together. It's going to even let Baker shine a little bit more. Baker Mayfield shine more. I was expecting more from the run game. But, like I said, it's week 1. Buccaneers going to go in, tighten it up, make it better for everyone. Now, we're going to get into something that's probably going to be controversial to everybody. But I really don't care, because nobody's immune here to Speak Your Game. And this next segment is going to be real controversial, because a lot of people are not going to like the order. They're going to be, oh, well, this such and such is going to be better. So, as the title would say, week 1, muscles, monsters. Week 1, muscles, monsters. It's the guys that I picked that showed out in week 1. And if you want to argue it, you know where to find me. Facebook, X, YouTube. Come find me. We'll chat about it. You can come right here on the show. I'll bring you out on the show. Give you your 15 seconds of fame before I eat you up. Chomp, chomp, crumble, crumble. But no, back to week 1, muscles, monsters. And I'm going to start off with number 5. Number 5 from the Miami Dolphins. Yes, Tyreek Hill. And we all seen what Tyreek Hill went through before he got to the game. And to have the mentality to put that nonsense on the back burner and play a game and not let it affect him explains a lot about Tyreek Hill's character. He brought in 7 catches, 130 yards, 1 touchdown. The man played and balled out. But coming at number 4, I don't know why the Giants did this. And for him to land as a Philadelphia Eagle, it's going to be problems. Saquon Barkley. That man was stiff-arming, running people over, juking, jiving, all that. That man carried the ball 24 times for 109 yards and 2 TDs. Do your thing, Saquon. Show everybody what you really is supposed to be like when you with a good team. Because when you with the Giants, it wasn't that great. But now with you with the Eagles, I want to see you fly. Fly, Eagles, fly. Yes, go ahead, Saquon. You were in a good spot. Go ahead and keep balling out. But I'm going to go ahead and go to number 3. And I was talking about this man last session of what he needs to do in order to be, I would say, one of the best in the league this season. Now, it's no secret that he don't have no defound weapons. But on this past Sunday, he said, I don't care who's on the squad. We going to win today. And that's the Buffalo Bills QB, Josh Allen. He did what was needed to win the game in week 1. They were down at halftime, and he fought back and brought that offense together to get the W. I mean, 78% in completions, 18 for 23, 232 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. That man was unstoppable. And depending on how things go, if he keeps acting like this for 16 more games, Buffalo going to be right back there in the playoffs, fighting. But coming in at number 2, Blowout City. Carolina Panthers. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Derek Carr, QB for New Orleans Saints. 19 for 23, 82% in completion, 200 yards, 3 TDs. He was out there eating a bag of popcorn, waving to the kids, signed an autograph, took a phone call, said, hey, watch this. Get the DVR ready. Throw the ball. Touchdown. Like, the Carolina Panthers did not come to play. It looked real, real bad. But like I said, a lot of teams look bad in week 1. There's like one team that didn't look bad, and that was like the San Francisco 49ers, and that's a whole nother story in it. But we're going to get to number 1. And number 1 of Muscles Monsters week 1 is Baker Mayfield. What are y'all talking about? 80% in completions, 24 for 30, 289 yards, 4 TDs. Man, that man was, the pocket collapsed and he was swarming and getting by defenders. This is the Baker Mayfield that I've been expecting for a while now. And now that he's got comfortable, y'all better watch out. And the Buccaneers feel like they're Super Bowl contenders. And I'm going to ride with you, squad. I feel like y'all contenders too. Y'all got the right people in place. Y'all got good personnel. Y'all got good coaches. All y'all got to do is play ball and show the rest of the league that we are Super Bowl contenders, and we are going to be in the playoffs, and we are going to win our 4th divisional title, and we are going to be playing the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Because right now, I don't see anybody in the AFC going to be able to knock them off. It just the magic of Patrick Mahomes, the magic of Coach Andy Reid, Travis Kelce. They got Xavier Worthy now. Their running back is good. The only thing that I'm about is their defense, which they've been showing us for the past 2-3 seasons. Their defense will get together as the season goes along. You can't win the championship in week 1. We all know that. So we're going to see about all these teams in week 2. Will some of these teams clean up their messiness, or will they look worse than they did in week 1? I know my Tampa Bay Buccaneers got a good game with the Detroit Lions in Detroit, and don't take them lightly. They won in overtime against the Los Angeles Rams. And y'all didn't win last season either. Y'all only scored 6 points last game and last year. So we gonna see how it's gonna go down in week 2. And if you didn't like my list or who I root for, you know what you can do. Come find me. J Muscle, speak your game. And I'll catch y'all next time.